Hello everybody, so I am here going to show you how to put Proxmox on EVE-NG to go ahead and try and simulate some good old clusters, some good old Proxmox labs, and also some various other things. As you can see right here, I have version 8.3.1 currently working in this environment. Let me go ahead and start her up so you can basically see what I mean here in a moment. And I will show you how to go ahead and get this working. Now, like I said, you have to be on bare metal. I did try it in virtualization and it does not work. It has to be bare metal EVE-NG. I know for some people that's going to be a deal breaker, but as you can see, if I go to this IP address that it's telling me to, 0.101, let me see here. There we go, 192.168.0.101, and then colon 8006, like it says right there. It populates and it actually comes up, asks me to log in, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go, ta-da. As you can see, we have the Windows NPS server. I gave this like 500 gigs of storage and a little bit of stuff since my EVE-NG lab is not that as powerful as I would like it to be. But yeah, I have some stuff on here, as you can tell. And it works perfectly. I can boot this Windows NPS server just fine. So let me go ahead and show you guys how I went ahead and did this on my bare metal server. So like I said, we're going to do 7.3.1 today. I'll show you how to do it. Shouldn't be a problem. Well, hopefully. We might run into some issues. But let me go ahead and do this. cd and then ls proxmox ve, just do an ls, I guess. Oh, cd downloads is what I forgot to do. There we go. Okay, so now if we go down to Proxmox, which should be right here, we see we have the 7.3.1 right about here. And if we go ahead and do a clear, we know it's there. We know it's there, so we're going to follow through my little steps here that I have made, and we're going to get that installed. First things first, I don't have this listed, is you have to do a, let me see here. So depending on what you have, you would have to go into this area in the templates, and you would have to clone the ESXI YAML file, which is right here, and name it proxmox.yaml. This is important because if you don't do this, it won't work. So you have to do proxmox YAML, do a nano proxmox, and then go ahead and edit it in here. Now in this file, all you have to do is just change the description and the name to proxmox, and that is it. That is all you have to do. I swear it's that simple. So you just do a copy cp ESXI.yaml space proxmox.yaml, go into the file with nano, and just edit it. That is all you have to do. Super simple. So now, let me exit out since we have that. Let me go back to where I was. Wait, oh no, not there. Hang on here. Give me a second. Into the cd opt unetlab addons qemu. So if we do an ls, we can see we have all the images I have on here. Maybe some other videos on this. Right here, this is a Juniper SSR. This is a Proxmox 8.3.1, Cisco stuff, and then Junos routers, switches, and VSRX. So, what we want to focus on is this Proxmox 7.3.1. So let me change this stuff to 7.3.1, because basically this first half of the folder has to match the YAML file name, and then the second half can be whatever you want. I just put numbers for Proxmox versions. That simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make this directory right here. So we're going to go ahead and do a mkdir, and then we're going to do proxmox./7.3.1, do a ls. See, we made it right here. Now we're going to do a cd proxmox 7. We have nothing there right now. That is fine. Now we're going to come over back to where we had the downloads, and we're going to do a scp proxmox tac ve 7 dot whatever the heck ISO, and then we're gonna do the server name, which is root, or well, root was the username at the server. Ta-da, colon, and then the file path for this, which if we do pwd, it tells us the file path. We copy this, and then we go ahead and paste this. And then what we're going to do is type in the password for the server, and it's going to transfer. And the transferring part is probably the longest part that we have. And then, yeah, once this transfers in about a minute, we are good to go. It shouldn't take too long because it's directly connected to my router downstairs. So we'll just hang out here for a little bit, just chill, relax, play some smooth jazz. And let's see, how long will this take? Yeah, as you can see, I'm over Wi-Fi, so it's kind of slow. Wi-Fi. But yeah, the next parts are pretty simple, usually. Alright, so yeah, this part right here, we can create it however we want. I already have this guy running 500 gigs. Just for shits and giggles, we'll have this guy running 100 gigs. Because I'm not going to use 731 as much as I'm going to use the newest stuff. Alright, so it's transferred over. We can go ahead and check by doing an ls right here. As you can see, the ISO, it's right there. And so what we're going to do now, since the ISO is copied over, is we are right here, the move Proxmox to cdrom. So we'll do mv Proxmox ISO. Oh crap, there we go. And then we're gonna do cdrom. Do an ls, boom, there we go, cdrom.iso. And then here, this is important because this is where we're going to go ahead and create the hard drive for the installation of the VM. So basically, this is creating a qemu-img of basically 100 gigs. So if we do an ls, boom, we have the cd-rom, we have the virtualization 2 file, we are good. So now, if I go ahead and hit node, and if I type in Proxmox, we're going to see this little drop down of 731 or 831. Right now we're going to do 731. Give this 4 CPUs, 8192 on the RAM, 4 Ethernets, VNC, satellite any, you know, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Then we're going to go ahead and hit save right here. Now let's refresh because Eve has this glitch to where if you're in dark mode, the fucking the text doesn't like show up there. So let's go here, save. Alright, so now we got, actually let me hit edit on this real quick before I even do anything. Proxmox TAC 731, just so I don't get it confused with the other one, because if I do, that'll be a nightmare in and of itself. So boom, let's go ahead and hit start here. So as you can see, it's started. Let's open it up, and ta-da, we got the install Proxmox VE. Boom, loading installer, initial RAM disk. Boom, boom, boom. It's getting DHCP. This is what we want to see. This is good. Alright, then we just agree to this stuff. I agree. As you can see, it's detecting that 100 gig command right here. It's detecting that, which is also good. We hit next. United States. Let's just go say we're in freaking Kentucky, in Louisville. Yeah, people from Kentucky are gonna love that one. Set up the password. No. Sorry for the loud key typing noises. My keyboard is right under the microphone. That's the only place it fits. Let's go ahead and put something random. So proxmox@gmail.com. I'm not going to put my real email addresses because that would be very terrible. Let's do PVE at my house, or .myhouse for the FQDN. And then let's keep these IPs. That looks good to me. ENS3, sure, .arcs. Hit next, and automatically reboot, sure. Hit install. Now what we're gonna do is after the install is we're gonna do a remove cdrom.iso after the install, not now. This is important. Just wait. Because otherwise it will break. And it's not fun when it breaks. See, we're right here. That's as soon as it starts going black and powers off. Right now it's just doing the nice little installers. And just waiting a little bit more. Alright, sometimes it looks to stall out. That's fine, it should continue as long as it doesn't throw an error. We are good. There we go, see? But boom. So it's kind of weird because you're basically doing virtualization within on bare metal, so it's not that weird. But now, as soon as it's done, now we can go ahead and hit reboot. And as we hit reboot, we're going to go ahead and remove that, because see, it says please remove the installer, so we did. So now if we do an ls, it's no longer there. It's going to boot from grub here in a minute. And ta-da. Oh, and as you can see, now if we do a root, and if we log in with the password we created earlier, boom, we are in. It works. Now if we go to this address of 35:8006, you will see what I'm talking about. So let's do that. So it'll be 192.168.0.35:8006. Warning, that's normal. And then accept, that is completely normal. And we are in. See? It's amazing. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. So we see that it's now working. It's now up. That's awesome. But we're not done yet. Now I have tried this to where when you shut it off, you're not able to do the commit, this qemu-img commit virtual. So this is the next step. We got to go back over to Eve. So we're in admin. Admin is always 0 in Eve. If you're a different user, you go to users and you look at it, and it should tell you which user number you are or pod number you are. This is the pod number. For us right now, it is 0. If you use the admin account, it is always going to be 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into here. Now I think I only have one lab going, so this should be super easy. So if I do an ls, okay, we have 2 labs. So if we go to lab details, we'll find out which one we're in. We are in the 8 one, so we just copy this. Pretty simple, right? This is where the lab ID is. You just hit lab details, find that. You do a cd space. Oh crap, I copied lab ID. No. Okay, let's go back to lab details and not copy the text editor information that we're trying to copy or not copy. So we go here, hit copy, cd, boom. As you can see, now we got 1 or 2. Well, as we saw earlier when we went ahead and built it, but we don't want to do that. By going into here, there's 2, and if we click here, that's just Proxmox. If we go to edit, it's literally just 1. So we want 2. So if we do a cd2, we are good. Do an ls, boom. So now, right here is where you run this qemu-img commit. because right now we are inside the this device right here that's currently running. So now we just do this, qemu-img commit qcow2, hit enter, and now it is checking to see if it is valid and if it's committable. So we should get a message here, and as you can see it says image has been committed. That is good. So now we can go ahead and go back to, let me go up here, we can go to here and then cd proxmox 7, do an ls, see that the virtual qemu-img is there. Go here, we see that it's up and running, and then if we go to here we can see that it is currently there. Now if we do a reboot, it'll go ahead and reboot the whole PVE for us, and let's sit here and watch it just reboot. If it reboots, you know, it's taking too long. Let's just stop it altogether. Let's just shut her down. So now it's shutting down. This will go away, and then this will become inaccessible. And here in about a few seconds, let's send the power off command. You know what? I think I forgot to do one thing. The fix permissions thing. Let me do that real quick. I forget the command for it because I did not write it down, but it's in here somewhere. This thing. There we go. We fix the permissions. That's all we need to do. Hit start. Wait for it to boot up. And we're just going to verify our work here. Make sure nothing breaks on a boot up. And for the life of me, I have no idea why you have to commit it when it's running. You can't commit it when it's disabled because for some reason it breaks everything. I don't get it. But hey, maybe because it's a live system or something. But now, as you can see, if we refresh, we are still here and everything is fine. So that is it. That's my tutorial. Please let me know what you guys think. If I should produce more content like this. I just figured that I might as well say that Proxmox is in fact supported. So here we go. That's all. Feel free to let me know what you think. And goodbye.